Welcome to another video of Ekcel Academy. In this video, we'll be looking at logical reasoning MCQs from the E-Bulletin released by ICSI. Let us start with the September E-Bulletin. For previous E-Bulletins, please just go back to our playlist of CSEET. You will find all these questions solved. Anyway, now let us look at the first question. Choose the word which is not similar to the other words in the group. Bonnet, fender, dashboard, dock, all these are parts belonging to a car. So dock is something which has got nothing to do with the car. So therefore the marked one, dock, is in fact the right answer. Okay, that was easy. Next, what is the next in the series 1, 4, 8, 13, 26? When I looked into this question, what I initially thought was this is actually -1. Then I realized that is the institute's way of asking questions. Stupid way, of course. This is not -1. That's just the hyphen which they have placed there. So the series can be written as 1, 4, 8, 13, dash and 26. Now we have to find this particular number. So if you look at the series, it is in increasing order. So obviously there is some constant gap between the numbers. So if you look at this, 4 minus 1 would be 3, 8 minus 4 would be 4, 13 minus 8 would be 5. Obviously the gap between the numbers is increasing by one number. So the next gap would be 6, that is 13 plus 6, that would be 19, and the gap between 19 and 26 should be 7, which is in fact the right answer. So therefore in this case 19, option B, is in fact the right answer. Next. Pointing towards a girl, Amit said, she's the daughter of only son of my grandfather. How is Amit related to the girl? Okay, let's say this is the person who is in the photograph. So now what is Amit saying? This person is the daughter of the only son of my grandfather. So we'll have to start with Amit's grandfather. So this grandfather has only one son, and that son has a daughter, and this daughter is the same as the person in the photograph. Now if Amit has a grandfather who has only one son, obviously Amit is the son of his grandfather's son. I know it sounds confusing, but that is the truth. Amit is the son of his grandfather's son. So that means what is the relationship between Amit and that person in the photograph? Obviously they are siblings. That means how is Amit related to the girl? He is the brother of that girl. I hope that was clear. Next we have to find out the missing figure in this diagram. So first we have a V, then we have a W, then there is inverted V, then there will be inverted W. So that's it. Out of the options 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the right one? Obviously option 1 or image 1 is in fact the right answer. Okay. Next. Look at this series 36, 20, 34, 30, 28, 24. Okay, what number should come next? Of course, this is also in decreasing order, but it's not constant. 36, then there comes 34, 2. Then -4, -2, -4. So this is -4, -2, -4, -2. Or let me also, we can also look into it in a different way. We can think of this as alternate series as well. 36 and 30. Then 30 and 24, wherein the gap is 6 and 6. Then 34 and 28, then 28 and something else. There also the gap will be 6 and 6. So now, which is the next series after 28? Again, you'll have to think of something with a gap of 26. So 28 minus 6 will be 22. So that is in fact the right answer. As I said, you can solve this question in multiple ways. But what I did here was to split this series into two different numbers. So 36, 30, 24, that is one series. Then 34, 28, 22, that is another series. Of course, this will continue if you wish to. Anyway, so that solves our problem there. The next question, which word does not belong with the others? Again, this is very easy actually. Index part of the book, glossary part of the book, chapter part of the book, book itself, it's not part of the contents of the book. So therefore book, the marked answer, is in fact the right one. Then paw, cat, hoof, horse. So this is If you can search for hoof, you will see that is the part of the, or rather beneath the leg of the horse. So lamb, of course not applicable. Elephant, no. Tiger, not. Again, this only if you know, you will be able to answer these type of questions. There is nothing logical in this. It's purely memory based. I hope the institute doesn't ask these type of questions, but still, that is what they have done here. So be prepared for those type of questions as well, because where this you can easily understand and answer, this you can decipher and understand, solve. This also can be easily solved with the application of logic. Blood relations, of course, is completely dependent on logic. So all these questions were kind of logic based, whereas this particular thing is, again, you should know. If you know, you will be able to answer. Otherwise, there is no way you can answer this. Now, once again, we are back to logic. We'll have to read this part. Erin is 12 years old. For 3 years, she has been asking her parents for a dog. She wants a pet. Her parents have told her that they believe a dog would not be happy in an apartment. That means what? They live in an apartment. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said this. But they have given her permission to have a bird. Okay, she can have a bird, but not a dog, because they believe that dog will not be happy in an apartment. Erin has not yet decided what kind of bird she would like to have. This is story so far. What we have to do is we'll have to look at the options and decide which is the right one, or rather, which is the right interpretation. Erin's parents like birds better than they like dogs. Nowhere in the paragraph this is suggested. It only says Erin's parents, they believe dog would not be happy in an apartment. Erin does not like birds, nothing to suggest. In fact, she has already thought of some bird, but she has not yet decided which type of bird. Erin and her parents live in an apartment, obviously, that is in fact the marked one, and it sounds fine. Erin and her parents would like to move, nothing as such. So obviously, option C is in fact the right answer. Next. Though the waste of time or expenditure on fashions is very large, okay, they're already interpreting something here, or what they're trying to say is, though the waste of time or expenditure on fashion is very large, they're making a statement here. They think fashion is waste of time and money. Yet fashions have come to stay. Okay, they will not go, come what may. Fashion will always be in fashion. However, what is now required is that strong efforts should be made to displace the excessive craze for fashion from the minds of these youngsters. What do they mean by these youngsters? Anyway, so they think that fashion should not occupy too much mind space. Okay, fine. The passage best supports the statement that, okay, from the above passage, what is that we can say from the given options? Fashion is the need of the day. Obviously, they don't infer that. The excessive craze for fashion is detrimental to one's personality. They don't say that. They say that there is excessive mind space given to fashion, but they don't say that it is detrimental to one's personality. Nowhere in the question they have, or rather, nowhere in the paragraph they have mentioned anything of that sort. So this is not the right inference. The hoard for fashion should be done away with so as not to let down the constructive development. Again, this can also not be. Okay, fine. Let us look at the last option. If that also doesn't work, then we can come back to C. Work and other activities should be valued more than the outward appearance. No, they have not mentioned anything of that sort. So they are only sticking to fashion. So obviously option C is the only one which seems plausible. So we'll stick with option C, the marked one. Fine. So basically, this is what they're trying to say. What is now required is that strong effort should be made to displace the excessive craze. Okay, fine. That is the one. Next, we have a series of alphabets in different orders. In fact, the reverse order. RQP is nothing but PQR. ONM is nothing but MNO. LKJ is nothing but JKL. FED is nothing but DEF. Now, out of the options, which ones sound like this? CAB, BAC doesn't work. JKL, LKJ doesn't work. GHI, IHJ doesn't work. IHG, if written in reverse, will be GHI, which is in fact the correct alphabetical order. So obviously this works. So option A is in fact the right answer, the marked one. Next, KBJ, LCK, MDLNEM. Okay. In this case, what is that they are doing? Okay, let me just write down KBJ HIJKL usually, but they have written B here and reversed K and J. Okay, that is something which they have done here. Let's look at the other option. HIJKL. So again they have reversed and written C in between. Then LM, they have reversed and written D in between. Then MN, they have reversed these two and written E in between. NO, next would be NO. After E we have F, they would have reversed this, so ONF, this would be the right answer. So OFN. Again, not so difficult, it was easy to decipher. Fine. Next, Team A has scored more goals than Team B. Team A has scored more goals than Team B. Team C has scored fewer goals than Team B. So B has scored more goals than Team C. Team A has scored fewer goals than Team C. How is that possible? See, A has scored more goals than B. B has scored more goals than C. Now C cannot have scored more goals than A. Obviously this is not working. Okay. The first two statements are true. The third statement is obviously false. Okay. It cannot be true basically. Next, we have CDC, EFE, GHJ, sorry, GHGIJI. Okay, ABCD, EF, GH. Okay. IJ, KL. So next would be KLK. That's all. What they have done is just repeated all these first letters. So continuing the same series, we'll have to just come up with KL, then repeat the first letter in that series KL, which would be K. So the answer would be the marked one, KLK. Okay, next. John has more coins than Sonu. Okay, John has more coins than Sonu. Okay, Sonu has fewer coins than Danish. Okay, let me just place Sonu somewhere else. Sonu has fewer coins than Danish. Okay. Danish has more coins than John. Now, in the first statement, they only talk about John and Sonu. Okay. In the second statement, they only talk about Sonu and Danish. John has more coins than Sonu. Sonu has fewer coins than Danish. Danish has more coins than John. This statement, we cannot say for sure whether Danish really has more coins than John. That is, D can come here and then it could be like this, wherein Danish has more coins than John and John has more coins than Sonu. Sonu obviously would be at the last. But we do not know who will occupy the first place, D or J, Danish or John. So we are not sure. So we can select uncertain as the option. Next. What is the angle between the two hands of a clock when the time shown by clock is 3 p.m.? For this you don't need anything, formula or anything. Just remember that clock looks like this. And then we have 12 here, 6 here, 9 here and 3. So if at all you have to think of 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock would be something like this. So if you have to think of that, what is this? This is nothing but 90 degree. So this is very easy. We won't even spend a second to answer these type of questions. I hope they ask these type of questions in the exam. Anyway, how many years we have? 29 days in February from 2001 to 2010. Okay. All we have to do is just think of leap years. 2001 obviously is not a leap year because it is not perfectly divisible by 4. It is a reminder. Anyway, 2002 is also not a leap year. 2003 is also not a leap year, but 4 is a leap year, perfectly divisible by 4. Then 5 is not, 6 is not, 7 is not, of course 8 is. 9 isn't, and 10 isn't either. So only 2 years are leap years in between these 2 years, 1 and 10. So only 2 times we'll have 29 days in Feb. Okay, so that was about few questions from CSEET E-Bulletin released by the institute. In the next video, we'll cover few more questions from the upcoming E-Bulletins. Thank you for watching the video. If at all you have any questions with regard to this video, please do leave those questions in the form of comments below. We'll try to get back.